What if I told you that the same white powder you use for cleaning or deodorizing could actually improve blood flow to your penis?
It's true.
For countless men over 60 midi, including many of my patients, simple baking soda has significantly improved their circulation, erections, and even bedroom confidence. I'm Dr. Laura, a urology professor and men's health specialist with 30-plus years experience helping older men with issues they're often too ashamed to discuss: weak blood flow, soft erections, low energy, and emotional exhaustion. I've learned that real solutions don't always come from pharmacies. Sometimes they're already in your pantry. Here's what most men don't know. Baking soda does much more than clean or relieve heartburn. When used properly, it can boost nitric oxide, improve blood oxygen, balance your body's pH, and even enhance testosterone effectiveness. All crucial for strong, reliable erections after 60. In this video, I'll share 10 scientifically proven ways baking soda helps older men reclaim their vitality and performance. Plus, I'll reveal a special morning routine one of my patients used with remarkable success. If you're a man over 60 interested in natural ways to maintain strength, energy, and confidence, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss these science-backed tips. Let me know if this topic interests you by commenting 1 inch, yes, or 0 inches, no minus. Your feedback helps me create better content. Let's start with the first surprising benefit: baking soda's impact on blood pH. As men age, increased acidity quietly constricts blood vessels, disrupting the smooth flow needed for firm erections. This is where baking soda makes a difference. Benefit 1: balances your blood pH to improve circulation. When I first met Harold, he was 69, freshly retired, and clearly frustrated, not just with his energy, but with something he hesitated to admit. "Doc," he finally said, after a pause, "I don't feel like myself anymore. I try to get in the mood, but nothing works like it used to." His blood tests were normal, his heart was fine, but when I dug deeper, I spotted something small, yet important. His body's pH was too acidic. Most men don't know this, but as we age, our pH can tilt toward acidity, and even a slight shift can have big effects. It creates tension inside your blood vessels, making them tighter, stiffer, and less able to deliver the strong, fast blood flow needed for healthy erections. Imagine trying to water your plants with a kinked hose. This is where baking soda quietly helps. As a natural pH balancer, it gently corrects your body's acidity. Taken the right way, usually mixed with water before meals, it supports smoother blood flow, helps arteries relax, and creates a better environment for oxygen and nutrients to move freely. What happened to Harold? I gave him a simple morning routine with a bit of baking soda and lemon water. 3 weeks later, he walked in smiling, standing taller. "Something's different," he said. "It's small, but I feel alive again." And my wife noticed too. This first step, balancing your pH, might seem minor, but it sets the stage for everything else. Better blood flow means more oxygen, more nutrients, and more vitality where it counts. And once that balance is back, the benefits spread far beyond just the bedroom. But baking soda doesn't just help blood move better, it also fights hidden inflammation that's been sabotaging your performance for years. Let's talk about the second, maybe even bigger, benefit. Benefit 2: eases blood vessel inflammation. One of the biggest hidden enemies for men over 60 isn't low testosterone, it's inflammation, silent, steady, and destructive. I call it the quiet thief. It doesn't shout, it doesn't announce itself, but over time, it wears down your blood vessels, your energy, your sensitivity, and your erections. I remember Samuel, 71, strong-willed, but his eyes told another story. "Doctor," he admitted, "my body feels like it's working against me. Even when I want to connect with my wife, I just can't." His tests showed no diabetes, his cholesterol was fine, but his inflammation markers, like CRP, were high. That was our answer. Here's what most men miss. Constant, low-level inflammation stiffens the lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium. This is where nitric oxide, the signal for blood flow, should be made. But with inflammation, that system gets blocked. Blood flow slows, sensitivity fades, and your body just can't perform like before. That's why baking soda is so powerful. Studies show it activates anti-inflammatory pathways, especially in the spleen and kidneys. It calms an overactive immune response, particularly in your blood vessels. And when inflammation drops, vessels open up, nitric oxide flows, and erections return, not forced, but natural. Samuel began a simple routine: half a teaspoon of baking soda in water each morning, followed by a short 15-minute walk. After just a month, he noticed more frequent morning erections, plus better energy and mental clarity throughout the day. "It's like something inside me got unstuck," he told me. That's exactly what happens when inflammation fades. The pressure lifts and everything flows easier. But here's what's really interesting. While inflammation is a major roadblock, your body still needs that crucial chemical signal to make things happen: nitric oxide. And surprisingly, baking soda actually helps your body produce more of it. Let me explain how this works. Benefit 3. Boosts your body's nitric oxide. If you've ever felt like your body isn't responding the way it should, the problem might come down to nitric oxide, a molecule your body used to make easily, but now struggles with. This molecule is like the ignition switch for everything. It tells blood vessels to expand, smooth muscles to relax, and most importantly, directs blood flow where it's needed most. Without it, you might feel the desire mentally, but physically, nothing follows. I recall Thomas, a 66-year-old patient who was healthy and active. His hormones were fine, and he wasn't depressed, but he told me something revealing. "Doctor, I still want intimacy, but it's like my body isn't getting the message anymore. The switch just won't flip." That's exactly how low nitric oxide feels. Mind is willing, but your body isn't responding. Here's the good part. While baking soda doesn't contain nitric oxide itself, it creates the perfect conditions for your body to make more of it. When your system becomes too acidic, nitric oxide breaks down too quickly. Baking soda helps balance your pH, protects blood vessel linings, and reduces oxidative stress, all of which help preserve and enhance nitric oxide production. Research shows that athletes using sodium bicarbonate experience better blood vessel function and endurance, partly because their bodies use oxygen more efficiently and produce more nitric oxide during exertion. And what helps athletes perform better can help with erections too. Both depend on strong, rapid blood flow and responsive blood vessels. Thomas tried this approach. We started with small amounts of baking soda in lemon water each morning, combined with breathing exercises to stimulate nitric oxide. Within weeks, he reported, "I'm seeing morning results I haven't had in years." More importantly, he felt his body was finally cooperating again, naturally and effortlessly. But nitric oxide is only part of the solution. Once blood reaches where it needs to go, it still has to deliver oxygen quickly and effectively. If this delivery system is slow, your performance will be too. Fortunately, baking soda helps here as well. Benefit 4. Improves oxygen delivery to erectile tissue. One of the most overlooked aspects of strong erections is something we rarely talk about after 60 oxygen. Not just general oxygen in your body, but the precise, targeted oxygen delivered directly to the blood vessels and tissues inside your penis. Without enough oxygen, even if blood reaches the area, your tissue can't fully expand or respond. The result? Weak, short-lived, or completely absent erections. I remember sitting with Richard, 72, a retired fire chief, who always prided himself on being strong, reliable, and in control. But now, his words carried weight. "Doc, I just feel like I'm running out of fuel down there. Everything's slower, heavier, duller." His labs showed good cardiovascular markers, but one number stood out: his oxygen saturation was on the low end. And this wasn't uncommon. As we age, and especially if acidity or inflammation is present, our red blood cells simply don't carry oxygen as efficiently as they used to. This is where baking soda plays a subtle but crucial role. It doesn't just reduce acidity, it actually helps optimize how your hemoglobin releases oxygen to your tissues. When your blood is more alkaline, hemoglobin can carry and offload oxygen more effectively, and that means more oxygen reaching the penile tissue. When arousal begins, supporting firmer, more sustained erections. Richard began a morning ritual: a small glass of water with half a teaspoon of baking soda, taken slowly before breakfast. Within a few weeks, he wasn't just noticing better energy overall, he specifically mentioned improved sensation during intimacy. "It felt warmer," he said, "like things were flowing again, like they were supposed to." That warmth he described, that's real oxygenation at work. When oxygen finally reaches its target, your body feels alive again, alert, responsive, and capable. But oxygen isn't just for arousal. It's also fuel for the tiny muscles inside your penis that trap and hold blood during an erection. And if those muscles are tired or sluggish, performance suffers, even with good blood flow. That brings us to the next benefit, one that speaks directly to your body's hidden energy system and how baking soda can recharge it naturally. Benefit 5. Boosts mitochondrial energy in smooth muscle cells. Most men I work with have never heard of the smooth muscle cells inside their penis, but these unsung heroes are absolutely vital for strong, lasting erections. They don't just help blood enter the penis, they help trap it, hold it, and sustain the erection long enough for full intimacy. And at the center of their power is one thing: energy. I remember my patient Gerald. He was 68, a retired mechanic, and sharp as ever. But during our first appointment, he looked down and quietly said, "It's not just that I can't get hard like before. It's like the whole system shuts off halfway through. I feel like I just run out of gas." That image stuck with me. And when I explained how the energy-producing engines inside his smooth muscle cells, the mitochondria, were likely slowing down, it all started to make sense to him. You see, mitochondria are the power plants of your cells. They take in fuel and produce usable energy. But as we age, especially under conditions of chronic acidity or oxidative stress, those mitochondria don't work as efficiently. And when they struggle, so do your erections. The penis simply can't hold the blood because the smooth muscle can't generate the strength. This is where baking soda offers a subtle but powerful boost. By reducing lactic acid buildup and supporting a more alkaline environment in the body, baking soda helps mitochondria perform better. It creates the internal balance needed for these tiny energy factories to run more efficiently, especially in the smooth muscle tissue of the penis. Gerald began taking baking soda 3 times per week, paired with light morning stretches and deep breathing. Within a month, he said something I'll never forget: "It feels like the engine's turning over again. Not perfect, but alive." That's what mitochondrial renewal feels like: quiet, steady, deeply energizing. And here's the fascinating part: your mitochondria aren't the only part of your system affected by acidity. Your hormones, especially testosterone, are also influenced by your internal environment. So next, let's explore how baking soda doesn't just boost energy, but actually helps your body respond to testosterone more effectively. Benefit 6. Enhances testosterone receptor sensitivity. It's a frustrating thing I hear from men all the time: "Doc, my testosterone numbers look fine, but I still feel tired, unmotivated, and nothing's happening in the bedroom. And they're not wrong. Their levels are often within range, but what I explain next usually surprises them. Testosterone is only part of the story. The other part, the often ignored part, is whether your body can actually use the testosterone you have. That comes down to something called receptor sensitivity. In other words, how well your cells hear the hormonal signal and respond. I'll never forget Martin, age 64, a retired police officer. Strong frame, clear mind, but defeated eyes. They told me I had good testosterone, doc. So why do I still feel flat? We ran more tests, and sure enough, his levels were decent. But I had a hunch. Years of inflammation and internal acidity can dull your hormone receptors, making them sluggish, even resistant. It's like yelling through a wall. The message is there, but it doesn't get through. That's where baking soda can help in a way most men never expect. By gently reducing acidity and lowering inflammation, it improves the internal environment your hormones operate in. It doesn't raise testosterone directly, but it clears the static. It helps your receptors work more efficiently, allowing the testosterone you already have to connect, activate, and do its job. Martin started a routine, small amounts of baking soda in water, a few mornings each week, plus some light resistance training, and about 6 weeks later, he walked in smiling. "My drive is coming back," he said. "Not just in the bedroom, everywhere. It's like something switched back on." That switch wasn't from more testosterone, it was from his body finally responding to it. So yes, baking soda supports erections not just by helping blood flow, but by optimizing the hormonal pathways that fuel desire, motivation, and strength. And yet, even with balanced hormones, your body's performance depends on more than just testosterone. Your vital organs, especially your liver and kidneys, play a powerful role in detox, hormone conversion, and blood flow. What baking soda does for them might surprise you. Benefit 7. Detoxifies the liver and kidneys gently. One of the most overlooked reasons men begin to lose their edge, physically, sexually, and emotionally, after 60 is something we rarely connect to performance: toxic load. Over time, your body absorbs a buildup of chemicals, waste byproducts, and even old hormones that no longer serve you. And two key organs are responsible for cleaning house: your liver and kidneys. When these organs are overworked or sluggish, everything slows down, blood becomes heavier, hormones become imbalanced, circulation weakens, even your mood and mental clarity begin to fade. I've seen this time and again in men who appear healthy on the outside, but feel completely stuck on the inside. There's one patient I often think about, Carlos, 70, a retired accountant, clean diet, never smoked. Yet he told me he felt toxic, like something was off, deep inside. His blood pressure had crept up, his libido had dropped, his energy was flat. We looked at his labs: slightly elevated uric acid, mild kidney strain, and signs of a sluggish liver. Nothing alarming, but just enough to explain the way he felt. That's where baking soda quietly steps in. It helps reduce the acid load on your kidneys and supports a healthier pH in your urine, making filtration easier. For the liver, it promotes better bile flow and detox support by reducing inflammation and easing the burden of metabolic waste. It's gentle, not aggressive, perfect for older men who need a little extra support without overloading the system. Carlos began using a small dose of baking soda every other morning, paired with hydration and a warm lemon water routine. 3 weeks later, he reported something simple but profound. "My body feels lighter," he said, "like I'm not carrying as much." And his intimacy, it started returning, slowly but noticeably. When the organs that process your hormones and blood are working better, everything else begins to respond. And now, let's take this one step further. You've heard me talk about performance and flow, But what if I told you baking soda could actually help reduce the cravings and stubborn belly fat that silently steal testosterone and make erections harder to achieve? What comes next might surprise you even more. Benefit 8 reduces sugar cravings and supports weight loss. If you're a man over 60, you've probably noticed this. The weight around your belly seems to hang on tighter than it used to, even if you're eating better than ever. And those random cravings for sweets or carbs, they can sneak in at night, after dinner, or right before bed, and they feel harder to resist than they did when you were younger. I remember Jack, a 66-year-old former high school football coach. He walked into my office, patted his stomach, and said, "This thing right here, it's ruining my life. I can't get rid of it, and I'm convinced it's killing my drive." Jack had already tried cutting calories, eating more greens, even walking every day, but the cravings, the low energy, and the drop in bedroom performance were still there. What many men don't know is that abdominal fat isn't just a storage issue, it's hormonal. That stubborn belly fat produces aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. So the more belly fat you carry, the more testosterone you lose. And when your hormones are off, everything from desire to circulation to performance starts to fade. This is where baking soda plays a more surprising role. By helping balance your body's pH, it may support more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. That, in turn, can reduce those intense sugar cravings that sabotage your progress. And when you're not riding the blood sugar roller coaster, your body can start to shift back into fat-burning mode, especially around the midsection. Jack added a simple habit: baking soda and lemon water first thing in the morning, followed by protein and light movement. Within 4 weeks, the cravings were down, the belly started shrinking, and perhaps most importantly, his confidence began to return. "I don't feel out of control anymore," he said. "And when I look in the mirror, I don't see a man giving up." Less sugar, less fat, better hormones, and a better chance at the life you deserve. But there's still one piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about, and it's the one most men completely overlook. What if the reason you're struggling in the bedroom isn't just physical but neurological? What if your nervous system is sending the wrong signals at the wrong time, and baking soda can help reset it? Benefit 9 helps calm the nervous system. There's a part of male performance that doesn't get enough attention, and it's not blood flow, it's not testosterone, it's your nervous system. If your brain and nerves aren't aligned with the moment, even the healthiest body can shut down. I've seen it over and over. Men who want intimacy feel the desire, but when the time comes, their bodies don't follow through. And more often than not, the problem isn't physical, it's neurological. I remember Tom, 70 years old, retired military, strong posture, clear eyes, but his voice dropped when we got to the real reason he came in. "I still love my wife," he said, "but every time we get close I panic, my body just freezes." I could tell this wasn't about hormones or heart health. This was about a nervous system stuck in high alert, stuck in fight or flight mode. Here's something many men don't know. As we age, the balance between our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems can shift. Stress, trauma, inflammation, even poor sleep can keep your body locked in tension mode. And when that happens, your brain literally shuts off blood flow to your penis. It's a survival mechanism that works against intimacy. Baking soda may seem like an odd solution, but the science is growing. By reducing systemic acidity and inflammation, it helps your parasympathetic, or rest and relax, nervous system take the lead. It creates the kind of calm your body needs to feel safe, open and responsive. Some research even suggests that the kidneys and spleen, when supported by bicarbonate, send fewer stress signals to the brain. Tom started using baking soda just a few times a week, pairing it with breathing exercises I taught him, and within a few weeks, the difference was profound. "It's like my body finally feels safe enough to connect again, he said. And for him, that changed everything, not just physically, but emotionally too. When your body feels calm, it allows everything else to come online. You connect more deeply, you respond more naturally, you regain the rhythm that performance depends on. But what if we could take everything we've talked about, blood flow, hormones, oxygen, energy, calm, and amplify it even further by combining baking soda with one simple natural ingredient? That's exactly what we'll uncover in the final benefit. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Benefit 10 combines powerfully with lemon or apple cider vinegar. After everything we've covered, blood flow, oxygen, nitric oxide, energy, hormone sensitivity, even calming the nervous system, there's one final piece I want to share with you. It's a small, natural combination I've seen make a surprising impact in men over 60, and it's something you probably already have in your kitchen: lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. Now, on their own, both lemon and ACV are incredible. They're rich in antioxidants, support digestion, and help regulate blood sugar. But when combined with baking soda, something unique happens. They create a natural reaction that gently fizzes in the body, stimulating bile flow, lowering systemic acidity, and supporting both liver function and vascular tone. More importantly, they help baking soda work even better, helping it reach the right tissues without overwhelming the body. I'll never forget Barry, 74, a widower for 5 years. He was beginning to explore intimacy again, but said he felt rusted shut. We had talked through the usual things: exercise, diet, circulation, but something was still missing. So I suggested he start his mornings with a simple ritual: 1 glass of warm water, a squeeze of lemon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, slowly sipped on an empty stomach. About a month later, he came in beaming. "I didn't expect much," he said, "but I wake up feeling more alive. My gut's lighter, my mind's clearer, and I'm responding again, if you know what I mean." That combination, baking soda with lemon or apple cider vinegar, doesn't force anything. It supports the whole system: your gut, your blood vessels, your nerves, your hormones. It helps bring the body back into balance so it can function the way it was designed to. And that's the point. Real lasting change doesn't come from one pill or one miracle fix. It comes from restoring balance, from giving your body the tools it needs to heal and respond naturally. Baking soda, especially when paired with the right ingredients, is one of those tools. Now that you've seen all 10 benefits, you might be wondering, how do you actually use baking soda safely, consistently, and in a way that fits your daily routine? That's exactly what I'll walk you through in the final part of this video. Let's wrap it all up, and I'll show you exactly how to get started. Conclusion: if you've made it this far, I want to thank you, not just for listening, but for caring enough about your health, your future, and your masculinity to stay curious. Because that's what this is really about: curiosity, resilience, and the willingness to take control of your body again, even after 60. We've covered a lot today. 10 distinct, powerful ways that something as simple and overlooked as baking soda can support stronger, healthier erections without medication, without side effects, and without shame. We began with how baking soda helps balance your blood pH, creating the ideal environment for smoother circulation and better vascular response. That's where the groundwork is laid. Then we talked about reducing inflammation in your blood vessels, removing one of the most silent and deadly obstacles to male performance. Let's quickly recap what we've discovered together. First, we saw how baking soda helps your body produce more nitric oxide, that crucial signal that tells your blood vessels to expand when you need them to. But great blood flow means nothing without oxygen delivery, and we learned how baking soda helps your red blood cells carry oxygen more efficiently to where it's needed most. We dug deeper to the cellular level too. Those smooth muscle cells in your penis. Baking soda helps them generate more energy so they can do their job better. Then we found it even helps your body use testosterone more effectively, like turning up the volume on hormones you already have, rather than feeling drained. But we didn't stop there. We explored how baking soda supports your liver and kidneys, your body's natural detox systems that quietly influence everything, including sexual health. And we tackled those stubborn issues many men face: belly fat, sugar cravings, and the metabolic slowdown that comes with age. A balanced pH helps reset these patterns. We also looked at the nervous system, that emotional component that can block performance even when everything else checks out. By reducing inflammation and calming nerve tension, baking soda helps your whole system relax enough to reconnect physically and emotionally. Finally, we put it all together with that simple morning routine: baking soda with lemon or apple cider vinegar. Countless men have used this gentle ritual to revive their energy, improve digestion, restore balance, and feel truly present in their bodies again. Now let me speak to you, man to man. If you've been frustrated, embarrassed, or even ashamed about these changes, hear this: you're not broken. Your body just needs the right support and some patience to find its rhythm again. The solutions are often simpler than we think. Sometimes it's about going back to basics rather than chasing complicated fixes. You've got this. Baking soda won't fix everything overnight, but used wisely, it can be a starting point, a nudge in the right direction, a way to give your body the environment it needs to heal and respond again. Pair it with good sleep, deep breathing, light movement, and a little faith in your body's ability to recover. Because the truth is, even after 60, you are still capable of strength, of passion, of connection. You deserve that. And it's never too late to begin. If this resonated with you, I encourage you to talk with your doctor. Start slow and listen to how your body responds. I'll keep standing with you, sharing real, practical advice to help you live with more strength, vitality, and joy. Did this video give you fresh perspective, a spark of hope, or simply make you feel understood? Then do something small but meaningful. Hit that like button, not for me, but so other men like you can find this information. The more engagement this gets, the more it reaches those silently searching for answers, but afraid to speak up. Drop a quick comment below. Mine, even just 1 inch if this hit home, or 0 inches if it didn't. I read them all. This isn't just about information, Ionesis. It's about building a place where men over 60 can be real, find support, and feel empowered to take charge of their health. Know someone who might benefit, a friend, family member, or workout buddy. Share this with them. You might be the nudge they need to start making positive changes. If you value this kind of content, mine is grounded in science, focused on natural solutions, and made specifically for mature men, consider supporting the channel. Whether through a small donation, becoming a member, or simply telling others, every bit helps keep this important conversation going. You matter. Your health matters. I'm grateful to be part of your journey. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay open, and I'll see you next time.